Welcome, Scorpio, to your end of the month reading for February. I hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. At the end of the month, I'm getting the best message for Scorpio. Go straight into what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you. For Scorpio. Seven of Wands. And clarifying on the Seven of Wands, really standing your ground over here, really taking some action for yourself. Setting your ground for whatever it is you are doing to clarify and see what's really going on. I really feel like this is a money situation. Feeling like you are on pins and needles about a situation when it comes to your finances. Yeah, prosperity begins, yeah. It's saying that you do hold the wealth and that the wealth is coming. But it is talking about making your trees over full over here. Could also have someone that's not actually doing their job either around you, which could also be, they kind of dropped the ball within a financial situation. But I do feel this pins and needles, like things are supposed to be doing this and they're supposed to be doing that, and they're just not. So you're working extra hard, aware of the situation in the present and the recent past, material, spiritual prosperity. So it shows that you did have the prosperity in the past, and it feels like you are holding tight to that, but really trying to move forward in the near future. Yeah, definitely. And resolving the conflict, whatever the conflict may be, it will be resolved. So whatever conflict you are going through at this time, where it feels that things are not really pulling through for you, Scorpio, it feels like everything will be conquered in the end. You won't feel like you're defeated anymore and having to put in any extra hard work towards the situation, because the Prosperity Begins card is the overall card for the reading, and it is talking about all the past efforts that you had been putting in when we're talking about the near future, and then of course all the efforts you are putting in at this time. And it just feels like everything was going smooth until this one little, I don't know, I'm going to call it a dip. There's just something that went on, maybe something that had to do with planning. But this card is talking about the possibilities and promises of the monetary gains in which this new beginning of prosperity and wealth will come to you as soon as you get past this little dip that you have going on. Okay. So going straight over here to the material spiritual prosperity, showing that you had monetary gains. Everything was going in your favor. Everything seemed very good until all of a sudden, come the end month, it just feels like you're working harder. Did you plan something new that you thought was going to go a certain way, and then it just started kind of falling backwards? It was not going forward the way you wanted it to. For some of you, it even with the King of Cups upside down, it even feels like you may have bought something that was very big that you thought you were going to be able to pay for in the recent past, and all of a sudden now you're walking on those pins and needles for the financial gain to be able to pay this large item that you may have bought with the King of Cups. It seemed like a pre-calculated adventure over here. It was something that you did really want. It was something you thought you could do until this little dip came. Three of Pentacles, you were rewarded. A lot of you even had good investments, and you were recognized for good work. It just feels like there is definitely a little blockage going on over here within this new plan. This new investment is just not going the way it was. Maybe you don't have the clientele that you did last month or in the beginning of the month. Take it how it is, because it just feels like now you're afraid in there, as these things are going here. I don't know, because you had the Midas touch at the time. The Three of Pentacles says, I had the Midas touch. I was probably even getting out of some debt and then getting something of big material item. I don't know, for a lot of you, it feels like a big item, maybe a new car, something like this. But it does feel like you just kind of ran into a blockage or a brick wall, however you want to see it. You're fully aware that you are working on pins and needles over here. Wow. Yeah, it's not, the magic Midas touch is not coming through at this time with the Three of Wands upside down. It's almost like everything I perceived is not coming through. It was a generous time, but it does feel like there will be something that's more generous, where something is going to happen. Something's going to open up the more you keep facing the challenge. With the Six of Pentacles, you may have even felt like, you know, all the generosity that you had has kind of come to a stop. So it's kind of like you're looking for the balance now in your own finances to be able to make sure that you pay this payment, or get the monetary funds that you are looking for, and really pushing at that. If you feel like anybody is kind of intimidating you while you're around, maybe you're also in challenge mode because that person did kind of drop the ball on you. So if you do feel like there is a big difference in the way that this person is doing things, which is also causing some kind of conflict with gains coming into the business, or however, just remember, don't allow it to throw you off balance too much. But it does feel like, you know, you are, you know, getting what you are going to need. Right now it just feels unfair. There is no balance where there was balance. Could be this person who's also throwing off balance. Could be arguing their point about why it had stopped, or you might even be trying to figure it out why it had stopped, like what changed. For a lot of you, it looks like clientele has changed. Like it was really big, and then all of a sudden clientele kind of fell backwards a little bit, just kind of stopped, didn't come in the way it is. I'm looking for that big Ace of Pentacles. You could even be looking for that big promotion, that big compensation somehow or another, that's coming through. So whatever it is, you are in line really to receiving this gift. But it's kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like it's got to reach out and grab it, but there's going to have to be something you're going to put out. Do you need to put out, if you own your own business, more promotions, like promoting your business more, reaching out to the public to, you know, say, hey, you know, we have this available, that available, something of this nature. But it also could be that there's some kind of new experience going on within the workplace, that maybe corporate is also kind of dropping the ball. Is that, you know, there it is. Corporate is dropping the ball. They're not giving the advancements to the people. They're not helping the people. You know, they've gone back. Yeah, they've fallen weak and short. And so it feels like whatever it is, it's feeling weak and short over here. And it makes your monetary gains weak and short as well. So yeah, as you're paying these bills and doing your things, you're seeing your bank account a little weak. Really standing your ground over here, trying to get what you need, trying to think about what it is that you need. Yeah, feels like whatever it is, this, however it is, whatever business it is, however the gains are, it just feels like you've kind of been sorted in the situation. Could be two other people that were calling the cards, pulling the strings, and they've just kind of stopped doing what they were doing. So now you're kind of relying upon them, but it does look like you're looking for a way out, trying to rebuild the situation, probably holding on to a lot of what you have left over without having to overspend until your prosperity starts up again. It does really look, though, friends, like it's something on some kind of corporate or management issue for the majority of you. Conflict and defeat in the near future. It's like the conflict and defeat is, wow, going to be there for a little while, and it is going to cause you some sadness. It looks like they're not really pulling their weight around, but it does look like you could get some kind of, it's almost like it's building itself back up, but there's no communication within the business itself. Like the boss is not communicating right with whoever else, right? So maybe corporate isn't, you know, working real good with the franchise type of scenario, or you're having problems if you own your own business with maybe workers that work with you, or getting the public to kind of come back and kind of see it your way. I do see them coming back a little bit, but it's still not as good as you want it to be, but it's not as bad as it was. Let's put it that way, because it actually makes the conflict and the defeat upside down. Yeah, see, there it is. It's almost like they're coming back, but they're not offering what I wanted them to offer, but yet you still are moving passionately. So as March comes through, it's going to start opening up a little bit better. Definitely. So just keep that faith and the hopes alive that everything's going to go back to the way that you need it to. There definitely will be a union between you and your money. Right? Two of Cups, got a union between, a healthy union between you and your money. Really saving money and really getting back on the flow. Before you know it, it'll be racing in just like it was before. There's definitely something, though, it feels like either it's just public didn't want to do it, or they didn't put out enough advertising, because I see a lot of advertising issues. Weak advertisement. What happened? Did they give them some kind of new Valentine's Day deal or something, and then they took everything away too fast, and then didn't allow them to finish up with a month, something of this nature. So it does feel like whatever it is, it really is ran within the business area, and the office business corporation, however it is, to get your money back to where it needs to be. And it does look like a clientele, not only just a business too, but it also looks like clientele just slowing down. So let's get an overall card. Yeah, it just feels like it was draining the life out of you, but where it was draining the life out of you, you'll be able to perceive where that was and be able to fix the situation. It's just going to be about patience and perfect timing. If you know that some new business opened up next to you, that could also be a problem, because I was hearing that as well. Maybe your restaurant isn't doing as good because they have this new whatever restaurant down the street, but mind you, friends, your client, so you lose a little clientele because they have a new grand opening or something as well. I do see that as well. But through time and patience, just remember your clientele will come back. Your bosses will communicate better, however it is, and your monetary gains will be back in the flow with the temperance. It's just going to be all about the perfect timing at this time. Definitely something of that nature really going on. So you're just going to have to find the balance between what's going on and what it is, because you're in a great position, even, to even out your finances. That's what it's saying for the near future, is like the overall outcome is you're going to be just fine. Just make sure that you're using moderation with what you have and do some smart spending so that you can balance out the situation until the situation itself comes back to actually moving in the right direction. Okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.